Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mommy's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing, and you'll spread your wings and take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. With your daddy and mommy standing by. With daddy and mommy standing by. Okay, let's take a look at some of the chords and right hand techniques also that happened in summertime. We'll start with the chords, so take a look at my left hand here. I want to warn you that I make some chords in a funny way. I have fat fingers, so instead of playing an A minor like this, I'll sometimes hit two strings with one finger and do this instead. Just if you're trying to follow me, sometimes I'll do it this way and sometimes that way, but I'm always hitting the fourth and the third strings together like that. At the very beginning of the tune, it's in A minor, so we started on this A minor chord, and I did this little figure on the first string like that. So I bent down here to catch the first string on the first fret, and then hit it on the second fret, and then came back. It sounds a little bit like that Secret Agent theme. But remember, Gershwin wrote this a long time before James Bond, so I think his idea came first. And that was what the little introductory figure was like. The second chord is a B minor 7 flat 5. Now there's one of those adult chords I was warning you about. But look, it's just a 4-finger chord like this. All these are written out in your book, but I'm just running them down with you one time anyway. Then I went to an E7th. 2-finger E7th. And then there's a D minor that looks like this. And then this F7th, this may be a new chord to you. You bar on the first 4 strings and then hit the third string in front of it like that. And then back to the E7th. Now I hit a little B7th chord, but instead of hitting a whole chord, I just used these 2 fingers to get the 5th and 2nd strings. And there's a little line I did walking up the bass. That may have been the only time there was real finger picking in the tune rather than strumming, but we'll get to that part of it in a minute. And those are the only chords, except for a C, except for a first position C chord. Those are the only chords used in the tune. Now, as far as the right hand is concerned, let's take a look at my picking hand. Most of the time, I'm strumming with my thumb like this on the chords. every once in a while when I have extra time on one chord and it would be boring to just keep strumming, I'll do a little arpeggio where I just pick up and down the notes of the chord like that. And that's just to fill in spaces where you need some fill in. And that place where I did a little bass run, I played the bass notes with my thumb, and then the fingers just brushed up lightly on the first and second strings. So you don't even have to be making a chord when you do that. You just do because you're just playing open strings on the top. So those are basically the right and left hand techniques that I used in Summertime. Now we're going to split the screen so you can get a close-up view of both my hands, and I'll go over at least the instrumental part of it once again. Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich, and your mommy's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. I want to tell you about those ending chords in Summertime. If you take a look at my left hand, the A minor, I slowed down on that last A minor, and then I came up to the 5th fret up here. And you can get an A minor just by barring the top 3 strings, and I played the open 5th string with it. If you want to include the 4th string, you'll reach over here and get it there. And then I had this little 2-finger chord on the 4th and 3rd strings. You can play everything here from the 5th string down, and it's a really pretty ending chord for a minor key. So that was a kind of a fancy but easy to play chord, and of course we love the ones that sound good but are easy to play. Looking at the right hand for a minute, throughout Summertime and all of these other tunes that we're going to be playing, if the melody's on the high strings, the 1st or 2nd string, I'm usually picking it with my index finger, and often I'll be filling out the rest of the chord with my thumb, like sort of pinching them together. Sometimes when it comes down to the lower strings, or even on the 2nd string, I'll strum all the way to the 2nd string with my thumb. Sometimes I'll get the melody note that way. All of this could probably be done with a flat pick as well, but as long as I'm doing it finger style, you'll see that I'm going back and forth between the index finger and the thumb. And if it's the index finger, like I said, the thumb is adding some notes on the bass with like that to make a full chord happen.